Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today's Thursday, February the 29th. 8 games on today's schedule, and I got 3 picks for today. Yesterday we went 1-2 in another crazy day in the league. The 2 games that I lost, I probably should have won, and the game that I won, I probably should have lost. I had the Cleveland Cavs minus the points. They had multiple opportunities to win and cover the spread in regulation and in the first OT. They ended up dropping that game straight up in double overtime. And I had the Memphis Grizzlies under the 99.5 team total. They scored 101, lost that by a bucket. And the Lakers, I also had the Lakers with the plus 1.5. They were down 19, came all the way back and won. So probably should have lost the Lakers. I ended up winning that one, and I probably should have won the other 2 games and dropped those. So that is the NBA, guys. This is how this goes. You need a strong gut to be able to deal with some of these crazy results that take place in the NBA. Nevertheless, guys, we're here. We're going to continue our journey. We're going to continue until the very end. Like I said, tonight, 8 games. I got 3 picks. So let's check these games out, guys, and see if luck will be on our side today and we can come up with some pretty good winners. Let's go. All right, our first pick for tonight is going to come in the game between Milwaukee and Charlotte. Milwaukee Bucks on a 3-game winning streak. Seem to have turned things around, playing a lot better basketball the last few games. Not only are they winning, but they're actually starting to play some defense, guys. The last 4, they've only given up 113 to Memphis, 107 to Minnesota, 98 to Philly, and then their last one, 85 against tonight's opponents. Charlotte, a couple days ago, that was in Milwaukee, a big win for the Milwaukee Bucks. Tonight, they are 12-point favorites. On the injury report, we see Chris Middleton not quite ready to come back just yet. He's still pretty much the only important player missing for the Milwaukee Bucks, who are up trending, like I said, 3-game winning streak. The Charlotte Hornets have won 3 out of their last 5. The team has been performing very well since the trade deadline. Brought over quite a few players, important players. The team has been playing well. They're back from a road trip. They split the 4 games on that trip. Pretty good results for Charlotte. They beat the Utah Jazz on the road. They beat the Trailblazers on the road. They lost to Golden State and Milwaukee. Nothing to be ashamed of for Charlotte in those 2 losses. Prior to that road trip, guys, the Hornets won 3 straight games at home, looking very sharp on their home court. The Milwaukee Bucks, in the series between these 2 teams, has dominated. Like I said a couple nights ago, they beat Charlotte huge by 38 points. On February the 9th, they also beat them again by 36. Both those games in Milwaukee. And on November the 17th, very early on in the year, they also beat Charlotte by 31 points in Charlotte, which means 3 games this year. They blew them out in all 3. Of course, the first 2 games of the year, Charlotte, completely different ball club. They were struggling with a bunch of injuries, other players on the roster. And the last one, last game of a trip for Charlotte, Milwaukee, like I said, has been playing a lot better. I'm going to actually take a play here. I'm going to go against the Tide, guys. I know it looks a little dangerous and risky, but I'm going to take Charlotte here plus the points. I know Milwaukee's playing a lot better, but laying these many points on the road, I just can't help but remembering what they looked like against Memphis when they were 14-point favorites on the road, how they lost straight up. I know they're playing a lot better, guys, but Charlotte at home before the road trip had won 3 straight, and they looked very good. 12 points look like a lot. This is a very risky play, but I think Charlotte plus the points, I kind of like this play. I'm going to take it here with my first pick of the night. All right, my second pick of the night is going to come in the game between Atlanta and Brooklyn. The Atlanta Hawks, 2 wins in their last 5 games on a 2-game winning streak. The first 2 games without Trae Young. Trae Young is going to be out long term. They beat the Orlando Magic by 17 and the Utah Jazz by 27. Both wins, both big wins at home for Atlanta, who are currently sitting in the 10th spot, 26-32 on the year, where they have a 4-game lead over tonight's opponents, the Brooklyn Nets, for the last play-in spot in the Eastern Conference. Trae Young, like I said, he's going to be out long term. He's not playing tonight. Neither is Onyeka Okongwu. He's also out long term. The Brooklyn Nets, they've won just 1 out of their last 5. The team has been struggling. They're coming off a big 27-point loss in Orlando, the last game of a trip for Brooklyn. A very bad trip for Brooklyn. Their only win coming in Memphis. Big win in Memphis, but other than that, The results have been very disappointing for Brooklyn, who has had some trouble scoring the basketball. They were a high-scoring team to start the year, but recently, guys, like I said, they're just the one win that they had in their last 5, the only game that they scored triple digits, 111 points. Other than that, they have been struggling. Tonight, they should be getting Ben Simmons back. He's not on the injury report. Cam Thomas missed last game against Orlando. He sprained his ankle. He's going to be out again tonight. Pretty much the only regular that's going to be missing for Brooklyn. Like I said, guys, like I mentioned earlier, Brooklyn, they're 4 games behind the Atlanta Hawks. So if they want to make a push to make the play-in tournament, which I don't think they will, I don't think they'll be able to catch up to the Atlanta Hawks. But if they are to have a chance, they're going to need tonight's game. So a very important game for Brooklyn. Guys, I'm going to take a chance here with the Nets. I know it doesn't really look that good because Brooklyn has been struggling, but the Atlanta Hawks, guys, are still the Atlanta Hawks. They're the worst ATS team in the league, and they're on the road. So I think the importance of this game for Brooklyn, if they're to have a shot, I think they're going to have to go all out in this game. I'm going to take them here with the -1.5. I know it is risky, but I think Brooklyn is the right side in this game. All right, my third and final pick of the night is going to come in the game between the OKC Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. The Thunder, red hot on a winning streak. It's currently at 6. They're 41-17 on the year, just a half game behind the Minnesota Timberwolves for the top spot in the Western Conference. No new injuries for them, at full strength, coming in with momentum. Everything looking good for the Thunder. The San Antonio Spurs, on the other hand, they're on a 5-game losing streak. Were on the road for a few games. Did not play well during that road trip. 11-point home dogs here are the San Antonio Spurs. So far, guys, the series between these two teams, OKC has won both games this year. Both games, they've been no contests. The last one on January the 24th, they beat the Spurs 140-114 on the road. If I remember correctly, that was also a second night of back-to-back for Oklahoma City, and they still managed to put up 140 on San Antonio. And on the first meeting between the two, 123-87 in Oklahoma City, which means the Thunder seem to match up very well with San Antonio, but blowing them out, playing very well. Now, guys, in this game, the line is 1 point higher than my estimate. I can only go one way here. I'm going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder minus the 11. Like I said, they're just a half game behind Minnesota. They're going to need to win, especially games against some of the lower level teams of the league. Go in there, finish up, get the job done quickly. I'm going to take the Thunder here minus the points for my third and final play of the night. And these are my thoughts and my 3 picks for tonight, guys, on this Thursday night. 3 picks. Quick recap. Going to take the Charlotte Hornets plus 12 at home against the Bucks. Going to take Brooklyn minus 1.5 at home against Atlanta. And also going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder minus 11 on the road against San Antonio. I know, guys, they don't look very pretty, the picks, but this is what I came up with. I tried to find an edge, and I checked out every single game, tried to find an edge. Could not really come up with much on the rest of the games. This is what I came up with. Hopefully, luck will be on our side today in this wacky league called the NBA. Taylor Fade, guys, I want to wish you all good luck on your plays, and I will see you all again in tomorrow's video. Have a good one. Later.